You're listening to Midatlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
I'm Brian.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Jess.
This, everybody's episode 162 of Midatlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you are new here, this is the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. And whether you're new or whether you've been listening for a long time as a loyal listener, thank you, because we appreciate you. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm a little tired.
You've had a runaround day.
I'm a lot tired.
We're going to wake you up.
I got my coffee right next to me.
There you go. That'll work.
It's
Is
decaf.
it Dunkin' or Starbucks?
It's Dunkin'.
Joey, what have you got in front of you? You got some funny
I don't know the name of this. It's from Dooky.
And it has a poop emoji on it.
It's called Give A, and then it's a rainbow poop emoji. There's different facts on here. We 2020 was not the best year, especially the cholesterol.
That's going to be Joey's birthday theme.
This has to do with cancer screenings, some of these facts. And then it's a fruited sour ale with blueberry, black currant, vanilla bean, and lactose. I'm lactose intolerant.
And it actually lists
it says lactose.
Lactose.
So this could be a half an episode for me. But I had one the other night. It's delicious.
What is the 64% on the side? I don't know what that means. Do you even know what that means?
So 64%. We can all agree that 2020 was not the best year, especially for colorectal. What?
Colorectal
cancer screenings. The average screening rates dropped by 64%.
No, well, everybody go get a screening.
What was that word again?
Colorectal.
Okay.
Yep. Very good.
But it does have Squatty Potty, like a little emblem on here. So I think it's because of the poop emoji.
So it is a beer with a message.
Yes.
Sour beer with a message.
It's a very cool can.
I like it. It is. It actually really caught my eye. You weren't even halfway across the kitchen.
So
and I was like, what's the rainbow poop
quick,
emoji all about?
The side of the can says, wow, we can really tell you that you give a crap. Sorry, I can't read today. We can really tell you that you give a crap by picking up this can. First, you'll enjoy the sweet sour ale with notes of blueberry and vanilla, and second, critical dollars will be donated to fight colon cancer. You're crushing it. Cancer and this beer, obviously. Brought to you by Colon Cancer Foundation, Dewclaw Brewing Company, and Squatty Potty. Oh, crap. We ran out of space. Scan for more info.
Okay, so everybody support...
I'm so glad Joey just brought a can to us.
Well, I think it's fantastic.
It's cool.
Because, now go try to find this beer, everybody. Try to find this, and because I don't know if they're giving any money to that or if it's just an awareness thing, but I don't know. I like it. Either way, it's a winner because cancer sucks and we're all against it. Right?
That is correct.
That is correct. I'm wearing my Empire State Ride.
Yeah, Joey
looks a little weird
you when you came in.
Because Joey doesn't like it. It's a dad hat. It's definitely a dad
No, it's
hat.
not. It's not your normal hat.
Yeah, it was what was in the
I
truck.
don't really like change like most people.
Okay. All right. Okay, so coming up a little bit later in this episode, Troy Farrar, who is the event director for the Gravel Grinder Nationals coming up in May, right here in our backyard in beautiful Loudoun County, Virginia. Going to explore the gravel roads of Loudoun County, Virginia with the Gravel Grinder Nationals. So that's a move for them.
That's exciting.
I do. I think I'm excited to have him. I want to hear the backstory about why they're coming from Kansas to the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
We're welcoming
Probably
them.
a tornado.
Obviously, something.
The Wicked Witch of the West. Dun, 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 dun.
No, she's summertime. Well, she snowbirds in Florida and lives in Jersey.
Okay, another mom joke for me. No, you can't call my mom the Wicked Witch of the West.
So didn't the Wicked Witch in the Wizard of Oz? She was gravel cycling in Kansas, right?
Yeah, she was one of the first documented on film.
Yeah,
to be a gravel grinder.
Yeah. Right on. See, Wizard of Oz.
She was a
They
dog
also
packer.
said the Pythagorean theorem wrong at the end.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Do you know who does not get the Pythagorean theorem wrong?
If you say cutaway, I'm going to die.
USA. Because they do math when they have to cut the things and make the things and design the things. So Cutaway USA is offering premium cycling apparel mathematically correct, that is born right in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Cutaway is an industry leader using innovative fabrics combined with clean, bold designs. Make sure to visit their website at cutawayusa.com to see all the jerseys, bibs, cycling apparel, and gear and stuff. And because you will be losing money if you don't buy something from them by using the code GTD20, use that when you reach checkout to take 20% off your entire order. That is an offer that is a special discount just for our listeners. If you're not listening to the podcast and you're trying to use the GTD20 discount code because your friend told you about it, that's okay.
I thought you were going somewhere with Fabletics earlier.
With what?
The way you said fat, you like paused. I thought you were doing Fabletics.
Fabletics? What's a Fabletic?
Fabletic is like a legging.
Yeah, we need to be sponsored by them too.
Hey, I saw an Instagram thing I sent to you the other day with the somebody had their father bought a Lululemon
I saw that. I
like
saw
hat
that.
and it had
Saw
the big
that.
giant ponytail cut out in the back. That was like every time I see anything that's Lululemon, I think
You know,
love Lululemon.
men can have man buns and long hair too, right?
Okay. That's fine. I don't, that's fine. Do the thing. That's fine.
I'm growing mine out just for that now.
Do the thing. Yeah, that would be fine.
My hair's really long right now.
Joey has very fluffy hair though.
I'm waiting for you to get
I'm not like the luscious Chris Howell locks,
and right now
but-
he's got a little calittle going on in the back.
Yeah.
I think that adds a lot of Dennis the Menace kind of mischievous
Yeah.
kind of thing going on. I want you to put like little things in your beard, like
I'm putting
like
stuff.
a Viking.
If you go like this, there's some long gray hairs under here.
You've got some cheese from dinner in there. I know that from your cheeseburger at dinner.
He likes
That's
to.
called cheese chop.
Cheese chop? That was really good. Joey made a fantastic dinner.
Joey
tonight.
makes fantastic dinners
That
every
was-
night.
That was super.
That's why I attempted to do
Herb.
the dishes today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
I know there should be a gold star somewhere for me. I really love positive reinforcement. So
It's called your mortgage. We have to pay it every month.
Oh, the stare that you just got right
Oh, that's
there.
funny. That's our gold
Holy
stars. We own a house.
cow. Holy cow.
We own a house. Yeah.
Woo! I'm just going to jump right in. I'll come back to you guys later. It's been the big story in Calvert County for the last, 3 or 4 days has been like the windstorms that have come through. I here am trying to prepare myself for the Croatan Buck 50. So over the weekend, I rode Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Yes, which was probably a huge mistake, as windy as it was. I did 70 on Saturday, 40 on Sunday, and then I did a metric 63-ish, 62 and a half on Monday in that wind. So I got 170 miles in the 3 days. And Croatan doing the buck and then the long weekend, so that'd be 250 miles over 3 days. So
I was going to ask, what is the long weekend schedule?
the long weekend schedule is this: we go down on Wednesday, camp at the Speedway Wednesday night.
Oh, that's like a long week. The long weekend.
We depart the Speedway Thursday morning at 10 a.m. and we just got the routes. It's 75 miles over to Flanners Beach Campground, where we will spend Thursday night. And then there's another route, which is vaguely similar, I believe. I don't think it's a backtrack, though, but it's another 75 miles back to the Speedway, at which point that's on Friday night. And depending upon what time we get back, I don't know. We're gonna like try to convince this little group of beach house people over here that Jess is with if they'll allow us to come take a shower Friday night at their
Yeah, me too.
I'm so excited we have a shower.
and then
Have you seen pictures?
No, I haven't. No,
It's a normal house.
it's not. It's not a hostel.
I might be a hostile. I don't know.
That's right. And then Saturday is race day, so we do the race.
And then you do the
day.
regular race.
Then you do the regular race on
The
Saturday.
buck 50?
I am doing the buck. I'm just doing the 100. I believe that Larry and Ted are both doing the full buck 50.
There goes Larry's knees.
Yeah.
Larry
So-
said he was done doing long distances after.
He
Yeah,
probably
but-
meant
Unpaid,
climbing long
so-
distance. Yeah, that
yeah,
was,
but then you sign right back
You
up for the
sign right
next
back
one.
up.
All right, what are you gonna do? So that's 3 big days and tent sleeping and adventure. I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
If it makes you feel any better, I opted to camp Friday and Saturday night with you hobos.
Nice.
So I figured it'd be a nice big party. I'll bring a lot of alcohol that you guys can't ride your bike with. We'll have skillet. We'll have music.
Joey, you're going to be on your feet all day. I wouldn't be drinking too much alcohol.
Yeah,
I never said I was.
Oh, no. If there's anybody, then don't bring it because there ain't nobody drinking
I
it
am
except
bringing. I'm going to bring kombucha.
That's a good idea.
I've never had that.
I'm not nervous about it. Just like I approach all these things, it's kind of like a healthy respect. I'm ready for it. I feel like I've prepared well for it. And I'm ready. I feel good. I do need to get the work dialed in for carrying gear, though. I got to get all my stuff. That's this week's mission, is to break everything out, figure out my bags.
Nothing like waiting until the last minute.
It's not the last minute for that. I mean, I've got everything
A
prepped.
supply chain shortage. What if we need something?
Oh, no, I won't need anything. I have everything I need.
Nothing duct tape can't strap on?
No, I got everything I need. I just need to figure out
bag?
where I'm going to carry it and everything. Now, one of the questions I have, and I'm going to throw this out there to the both of you, but also to listeners, if you have any input on this. I'm considering a Camelbak.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
I've recently stocked Osprey bags in my store.
Well, I have actually a very large Osprey 3-liter.
Oh, no, that's too much.
And I have a smaller Camelbak. I'm toying with the idea because I want to be able to put the frame bag, which obviously takes away a couple of water bottle placements. So I'm thinking about putting one water bottle underneath on the down tube, and then I'll have one water bottle up in my feed bag, and that's just 2 water bottles, though.
What's going on your fork?
My fork, I'm going to actually put my titanium cages on there.
Oh, what's going in there?
I don't know. I may actually have some space.
You could strap 2 Nalgene's to the side of that thing and call it a day.
Well, but I'm thinking I'm carrying gear on there too, though. I got to get everything spread out.
I guess my question, how much gear do you need if you're coming back to the Speedway? Just one night of sleeping?
One night of sleeping. So I'm not taking clothes.
Yeah.
Not taking clothes, and I've downsized the tent.
You don't drink all water anyway. Just take one big Nalgene.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. So that's what I'm wondering if, the Camelbak, I'm not worried about it being hot. It's not going to be overly hot. Yeah, knock on wood. Sorry, could be.
My fault, everybody.
Joey just stirred the dog up. I don't know what. So you're thinking that.
All right, here's a worst case scenario because people aren't jerks. I would say don't take any water and just ask everyone for a little bit of water. Because what somebody like, oh no, you can't have my water. Like then you're a jerk.
Yeah. First rule, don't be lame. So and support each other. That's gravel. Yeah. So just don't bring anything.
Actually, you can supply people with good advice after that.
I'll be like, knock, knock, knock. Hey, Larry, can I crawl up in that tent with you?
That's what I did. That's what I used to do to Wes. They're like, oh, Wes, like multiple trips. Be like, why'd I carry the tent all the way out here? Like, where's your tent? I'm like, I thought I'd shack up with you.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I will tinker with that this week, and then I've got sort of like over the weekend to kind of play around with that and figure it out. But if anybody has any thoughts on that, I go back and forth with the Camelbak because it's something on your back. I don't particularly like that. I get it for mountain bikes.
I would say what's nice over the Camelbak is just like a running vest.
Just, yeah.
And you're a little more limited, but it like the way it's cut and feels is, I think, a lot different than just like a backpack Camelbak. Because
I don't want it's not for carrying gear.
They sit higher up. The running one sits higher up on your back than a cycling one, which hits much lower on your back.
Okay. Now,
you need one?
No. I've got a small. I'm pretty well set.
Are you riding with yours?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
You should ride with that, too. You drink more water than a camel.
Yeah, you're like a camel over there.
I have my 2 water bottles on my bike.
Yeah, there's aid stations.
And then I have my water bottle up front, so that's 3.
Yeah.
And then if I need to snatch a Nalgene on the side, then I'll just do that.
Okay.
The side of her new bike.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We're gonna get there. Have you guys watched the new Pearl Izumi gravel love letter video?
I have, and the reason why I have is because it was on the Garmin Gravel World's website.
Yeah.
And Pearl Izumi is Marley, All Bodies on Bikes.
She was featured prominently in it, which was awesome.
Yep.
And Jason was there.
Correct.
I actually, I texted Jason last night and I said, man, dude, bravo on that. He did such a great job. And heard back from him how much fun he had doing it. It was really cool.
Yeah,
it was
the
a great
Pearl
video.
Zoomies really brought in their size range. So now they go up to 3XL, which is something that a lot of companies don't do. So a lot of people are now gravitating. Pearl Zoomie I've always worn for triathlons. I've never had them for
28.
gravel or riding bikes. I've never just worn Pearl Zoomie kits. So I'm interested to see how they fit and how they feel.
Yeah. That video, I mean, it's 28 minutes long, but man, the scenery and the fact that they went to so many different races. I mean, there's stuff from Steamboat, there's stuff from Gravel Worlds, there's the cinematography, very well done, the interviews, the interaction with just normal people. And I think their whole premise, and they stated at the beginning, was, with all of this like new sanctioning of gravel. What is gravel really? What is its roots? And it's about community and experience. And they really did a great job, in my opinion, of sort of representing that.
I can't believe I missed a YouTube gravel video.
It's only been out like a few days, like 7 or 8 days.
I mean, that's all I
They
do.
had a viewing party at. Sorry, Joey. I guess I should have notified you. I don't know.
I didn't hit like, click, and subscribe and turn on my notifications, I guess.
Well, I follow All Bodies on Bikes. I follow both their hashtag and their page, and I follow Marley on it a lot. So
yeah. Well, you'll watch it tonight after DK, after Dustin
I
Climb.
might be at bed. I'm tired.
No, it is really, I think it's fantastic. The last thing I have for this week is something new that I'm adding into the tech of the podcast. I am starting to do transcriptions of the actual podcast itself, not just show notes. I'm actually having the audio processed.
So you're putting on closed captions?
I'm not putting on the closed captions. What I am doing is that I'm embedding timed delivery of the text inside the website. So if somebody wanted to go and see the transcriptions to be able to read the podcast as we deliver the podcast, that would be something they could do.
That's something a web designer would know how to do.
And also, it's going to give us the ability and give our listeners the ability to search through things that we've talked about. And I'm doing it moving forward. As well,
you don't want to do all 160.
No, I am going to go backwards. I'm not going to do them obviously all at one time, but I am going to go through and slowly.
How are you going to do when you guys like all talked over each other?
It will be a
like
mess. It will be a mess, but it's really neat. I'm using a service called Descript that allows me to go in and it recognizes our different voices. And I've told them I've got your voice registered, Jess. I've got your voice registered, Joe. I got my voice registered. And the first one I did was the one with Kelly Catali, and that one is up on our website now, and I registered her voice in there as well. So as the transcript is going along, it actually tells you who's speaking as we go through. So
super cool.
Kind of a neat thing to do.
Remember when Michael Scott was in the court? He was in the room testifying because of Jan, and the lady reads back. No,
read back what
Michael said. That yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So I think that's a nice little addition to the website. It's a accessibility thing. So if anybody out there would like to read through the podcast or just search through the podcast for something that we've talked about in the past, the ability will be there. And I'm excited about that. I love to bring new tech to the table.
You were putting us in the Library of Congress.
Oh, we may already be there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, spoken word audio.
Yeah.
It could be. They may actually have a whole shelf dedicated to us. We're right next to the whole shelf of the secret Black Ops file dedicated to Wes.
Oh.
Because he lives in Michigan now. Oh. Anybody who goes to Michigan, you get in a file. Sorry, Michiganites, but whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry. Now, Jess, you've got a new bike.
I do have a new bike
that I just got to see in the living room.
It is really nice. Joey built it for me.
Actually, here I was worried.
Again with the knocking, the dog.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He didn't react this time.
He didn't react. He was like, oh, that's just Joey up there being Joey. No, so I'm super excited. It looks beautiful. There's like handlebar tape it needs, I guess.
We need some fine tuning and tape.
So we'll ride it this weekend, hopefully. We have a busy week. Blake and I are doing dog training tomorrow night so he can learn to juggle. And then Thursday, we have the Teacher of the Year dinner. And then Friday, I will come home and nap like normal and be a zombie for 12 hours. And then we'll ride and do what we need to do together, Joey.
Yeah, so my dog's going to be the next David Blaine.
If there's anybody who's got it in him, it's Blake.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to teach Blake to juggle. I can't wait to see that.
I'm
He
very
learns
excited.
Little stuff so quick.
He's going to run through hula hoops and stuff like that. So I'm very excited, but it's to better our communication together because he howls at me more than he howls at Joey.
I am the alpha.
I am going to be the alpha. So
there's a total attitude difference.
Blake is just a little confused. I'm pretty sure Joey knows who they are.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But however, the way he looks, I don't know.
I am going to win this, and I won this by buying like $45 of treats at Petco this weekend.
What?
Because
For Joey or for Blake?
For Blake, because he needs highly desirable treats and lots of them.
I just need hot dogs.
So,
well, I can't wait to see.
I'm
Blake
excited.
juggle.
I'm excited. I feel like every week it's like just getting through the week and just getting through the week and just getting through the week, but it'll slow down soon in a little bit.
And so Thursday night is when all the losers find out that they are second.
They're all winners.
They're all winners.
They're all winners. They've
We're
all won
having-
Teacher of the Year at their school.
I sat at this table and wrote like lists of why I don't want to go, and Joey's like, "No, we're going. No, we're going."
And we get
Definitely
fed.
gotta go. Yeah.
One less dinner I got to cook.
Now, which did you do? Chicken or fish?
I didn't get to choose.
I chose one rockfish and one steak so that Joey
split
can
it.
eat. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now you'll have surf and turf then. You're
Yeah.
getting what nobody else has.
Exactly.
There you go. Smart. You see, you guys smart
So.
like that.
Yeah.
Smart like that.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Jess understands all our bike yet, but we will have a nice 1 hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes crash course on it Saturday morning.
Well, I mean, I think the one by is just a great solution for you.
She's been on a one by,
I've been on a one by.
I know, but I mean,
but it's electric, where one side's up and one side's down.
that's right.
SRAM
It's
axis
SRAM. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
with the Explorer derailleur. So
Okay.
it's a 1044 in the back.
Well, it'll come natural to you.
I'm not like Joey. I'm not like, oh my God, I love this bike. I love this bike. Well, I don't know yet.
I was more excited.
However,
Still more excited
I'm
than she is.
excited about all the journeys we're going to have on this bike because if
Yeah.
I think of all the place my Diverge went, I mean, it did a half Ironman with me. It's done gravel with me. It's done all these. It's done unpaved with me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
I don't understand all the components and I don't understand all the things that it does, but I'm excited that we get to take it places and ride bikes and stuff like that.
She got carbon wheels now. She got fresh pathfinders.
I have
We
carbon
gotta
wheels.
Go tubeless. It's
I'm gonna do tubeless.
Lori ordered a new Crux today. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on the podcast.
You know, you're going tubeless?
I've
on
been
the-
tubeless.
tubeless on the
And
Crux?
then She's been tubeless on the Diverge forever.
Okay. All right.
She's my wife. She doesn't. No, there's no.
Yeah. No being a tubie.
She goes tubeless or new bike before I do.
Nice.
Well, not necessarily new bike always, but
Now,
So we don't know what we're gonna do with her Diverge. We never talked about that because it's half and half. Jess said get rid of it. I said keep it, make it single speed, make it just another. I don't know.
I wouldn't do anything quickly. I would just, you sit on it and you fall in love with the Crux, and then the Diverge is sitting there gathering dust, then you figure out something to do with it. She
could have the ultimate setup. She could have the Diverge on the Wahoo, and then the Peloton next to that, and just have like.
You could ride in the middle and actually be spinning the Diverge with one leg and the Peloton with the other. That would be pretty cool. That'd be a fun TikTok.
I saw a TikTok of a woman trying to get on rollers in a stairwell, or like woman getting on rollers in like a thing, and I was like, why would she even attempt that? Like, why? Like, there's so many better options. Like, you know, like I remember Joey trying to do it, and I was like, what is he doing?
I wasn't trying to do it. I rode rollers for like years. It was entertaining the whole time.
Yeah. You liked it? You liked riding rollers?
Oh my God, I'm going to fall. Oh my God, I'm going to fall.
I did not do that at all.
Okay.
We fell a couple times in the early days.
Well,
Zwifting, I say it every time we talk about rollers, but Zwifting was really hard at first with rollers. Just naturally fall off because you try to turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would actually be problematic because even on the trainer, I feel myself kind of wanting to.
You can stay
move a direction.
engaged more on roll. You have to stay engaged on rollers. Anyway,
Yeah.
the winter is over. We're not talking about trainers.
No, we're done. I'm not even wearing socks anymore. It's full on.
Oh, you on
Crocs.
half pants and Crocs?
Half pants and Crocs, baby. No socks. It's
what that
March,
smell
dude.
was.
It's March. It's March. No
Yeah,
more
I had a
socks. Unless you're wearing bike shoes, then you have to wear socks. Otherwise, you're a triathlete with the no sock thing. Ugh.
I went out in a Hawaiian shirt yesterday, and I got like 4 people saying something to me already.
No.
I always get a compliment, whether it's just, they're just being knuckleheads or just actually it's like, nice shirt, man.
I've still got our little matchy Baltimore Orioles
wear
Hawaiian
Baltimore
shirts. Come on, yeah, you would. You would wear that to be matchy on a bike ride.
Just with you.
Yeah, see. I got one for you, too. I got a whole bunch of them. It's nice.
Why?
Because they were giving them away in an Orioles game. And I was like, yeah, I'll take another one. Yeah,
Because they were short on fan base every game.
Oh, I was like, why would he have so many shirts?
I feel like I have like 10 of them.
Why?
Yeah.
So, what's in your world?
Well, unlike you knuckleheads that rode on the road, we actually me and Chris took our gravel bikes to the St. Mary's Lake yesterday.
Did a little single track.
So this was an homage to my friend Phil. We all know Phil.
Phil from Cutaway?
Phil Thomas, sorry.
Phil Thomas.
So yesterday was very eventful. Did some nice single track. Chris's first time riding the lake, let alone on a cantilever rim brake tricross. We rode, we parked at Salem, rode the nice fire road and like the offshoot and hopped on the trail. And just took our time on the trail. He only called 911 once on accident with the phone in his pocket and heard his pocket like, "Are you okay?"
Are you serious?
And yeah.
Oh my god.
So we fixed that and then we kept riding. And we actually rode. There's a new beginner loop, which is really fun. We rode it we rode it backwards, I think, from the way it flowed really well. So it's like there's some. I mean, it's not like the lake's never super steep, but I'm like, man, this would be so much fun in reverse. It's like these like rollers that go up and they're fun like pumping rollers. But the whole like little loop, I don't know if it was a mile or so, but it was a blast on that bike. Trey groomed it really well, and Shannon and everyone that's worked on it.
I've seen pictures of it. It looks
it's really cool, and you can hit it right when you make a right in the parking lot at the lake, and you take that right shoot out, and it kind of reroutes around that first little section that everyone hates, and brings you out into the first field by the dam.
Oh, okay.
Which is really cool. It was a lot of fun. It snakes back through the woods, and we did that, and we got out, and then there's always I screw it up every so often when I get to the first like third of the lake where you're supposed to get your cut in to go back to Salem. There was a new reroute. It's called the Mud Reroute or Detour. So I took that and it dumped us in the middle of nowhere, like on the left side of the lake, where if you look at it on the top of them, like it's just trees, like it's a huge chunk of land. It dumped us way out into the middle of a fake power line, and then I'm like, but there was no other trail that led, so I'm like, all right, let's start. We went to a dead end of the power lines behind someone's yard. So we were like, all right, worst case, we're not far. But if we got out on Route 4 or Route whatever there, it was a really long ride back.
Indian Bridge Road.
No, we would have been out towards on Route 5.
Oh, on 5.
Yeah, we would have been on 5 and then would have had the ride up Route 4, didn't Indian Bridge or backwards. So then, actually, this is the part, it's a fill. I had what do we call it? A moist fart?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the part now.
Like this, as soon as we popped out, I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. So nothing, actually, not a big deal, everybody. I did have to go in the woods and use some leaves.
That's
but
so
hey,
gross.
we're all human, so I'm talking about it on air.
There you go. Yeah.
But then, went south for a little bit from there for like an hour and a half. We had like 3.5 miles of hike.
But wait. Leave no trace. Did you hike at least a half mile off the trail?
I found the biggest tree I could get behind because I didn't know what was going on.
Dig a 2-foot hole.
No, where we were, there was no, I was like, man, we're in the part where no one comes out. But then, oh man, it was hard to judge how far we had to go just using our phones. I didn't have trail forks on my watch or phone or any of that stuff. So I'm like, I was so upset. I'm like, every time I do this stupid lake, there's always something weird that is never consistent.
I agree.
And so it was 3.5 miles of this weird hike a bike through power lines where half of it you can barely walk. So luckily I didn't have chiggers today. Like I was so afraid because Chris is wearing pants, but I'm like, and it was only the first warm day. Yeah. No ticks. Chris had 1 tick last night. But yeah, probably only an eighth of that was rideable.
Wow.
And it was just up and down and like nothing looks big. Like it just looks open and flat. But when you're actually back there, it's just stuff's really steep and then like all rutted out. You can't walk. And then out of nowhere, after like I am an hour and like a few miles without water, and it was like 80 yesterday, we popped out on the Salem Road and had like a mile ride back, and then we just devoured Mission Barbecue.
So would this be like if it was like a big grass field, like that new discipline that we were talking about?
Grass riding. Gravel travel grass?
Yeah. So we would have
We could take that multiple ways with the grass.
Grass and gravel. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. He's not in podcast, man. Yeah, so that's what happened yesterday. It was a lot of fun, and like I learned early on that Chris, some people I like, if that was Jess would have been so pissed, and other folks would just been mad. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that, but I was just trying not to make Chris loves to suffer. Yeah. It's not like we suffered. It wasn't like super. It just was not planned.
You were like a quarter of a mile away from civilization. So.
But then like you turn the other way and you got to go. Oh yeah, it's just like all right. Do we ride like 10 miles around or whatever? 5.
I inevitably, whenever I start up at that Salem lot, the same thing happens to me because there's so many like little trails that look like you should be like the trail, and it's like, wait a minute, am I even in the right place? I don't know where. It's just I don't
ride frequent enough over there, and I always say I need to ride. It was so much fun though, even on the Libre.
It's not that I would be pissed. It's that the fact that like I would be nervous because like I wouldn't know where I am, like, and stuff like that. Like,
well, the way I looked at it is it Eagle Scout, we would have got stranded in there for a couple of days. I mean, Chris had like Army, like winter mountain survival. Like we would have been okay living in the middle of St. Mary's River State Forest for a day. Jess would have been a little upset, but had we needed to, we could have just walked out to Route 5 a few miles through the woods.
But I do have a tracker, so I could have found you.
Yeah, so just an extra hour and a half that we didn't plan on.
Well, if you think about it, that little beginner's loop is the first purpose-built piece of trail for bikes.
Oh yes,
at the lake, because everything else at the lake is just sort of like.
I want to try it now.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I want to try it.
The funniest thing, and I should have taken the pictures, is when you're going. I always go left from the parking lot. When you go left, you have this like marshy area where it's got all these long skinny bridges, and then it's got a ridiculous climb up this rooted out thing that no one's going to ride. Mm-hmm. And if they ride it, there're probably some trials rider, like motocross trials, but. Right before that is one of those signs where it's like no horse, like multiple signs, and there's still a horse Dooky past the sign right by the little bridge. I'm like,
I don't know.
I mean, I learned how to read early on, and I still struggle, but
well,
I can look at.
Can't read.
It's like a picture. I'm like, and this is why the bridges always get broken. I'm like,
the horses can't read the signs.
Well, horses can read better than some people.
When Blake goes out in the bathroom in the thing, there's all these signs that say like no dog poop, be respectful of our lawn and stuff like that. Blake doesn't understand. He like pees on the side,
Anyway, that's what happened.
Sounds like you had an adventure.
It was fun. And we'll do it again. Maybe not to get a lost part.
And you never did say, how did the Libre do on the single track?
Libre did great. I have those 700 by 50s, which rub a little bit in the back under torque.
Okay.
So that rear one might have to, I don't know what they got to do.
And how did Chris make out with those cantilevers?
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the lake isn't like super crazy. No. There's some of those weird, sketchy, like they're quick and rutted, but that was it. Cool. Jess got it. Yeah. And I came home to Jess's bike on the porch. So I threw that together enough for her to see it. But the big thing in the works is I kind of texted you about it, and then I told Jess yesterday, but I might sign up for a Grinduro PA.
I saw that.
You go, Joey.
Rich. The only reason I kind of just told Jess to get it's like a 3-day. You got to camp in the middle, like it's way north in the middle of nowhere compared to unpaved.
Straight up endurance, bikepacking.
June. You're not bikepacking. You're coming back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the big ride itself is only 69 miles.
Okay,
I don't know the elevation, which is probably crazy. So that's my one thing I gotta like.
It's loops out to come back. Is that how it works?
Yeah, you have like a home base where they feed you like Grinduro. I don't know if you ever watch Grinduro stuff, but Grinduro, we should get them on soon. Like the company or whatever it's called, like they take care of everyone.
Okay.
And what's really cool is you can sign up for. Like you can sign up for like a meal pass if you have someone come with you, so they feed you and all kind. Like you can get an RV hookup for where they're got you camping, or you just I'm gonna stay with Nate and Hush Money and PA Dirtbag guys.
Nice.
If I go, I haven't committed, but
I looked at the dates on it. I think it's
June 11th.
I am in somewhere. I think I'm in Blue Ridge.
Yeah,
Blue Ridge on a tour.
So we'll see. I told Lori today. I was like, I was like, it's June. That's my only like bugaboo is like I don't like leaving after May. Yeah. June isn't too bad. It's not July or August.
Yeah.
It is like a 6-hour drive.
Keep us posted on that.
We'll see.
Hey, are you bringing a bike with you to Croatan?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're bringing a bike and a trailer as of today, so I can bring all the bikes.
Okay.
So I'm staying a day after. I said this before. I'm picking up kayaks Monday.
Yeah.
But they called me today and said you have 8 more if you want them instead of shipping them. And with shipping prices, I'm like, oh, it's just the difference of me taking a truck in a trailer or just taking a truck. So I said, because I might drop the trailer off Friday morning, lock it in their gates, and then go out to not worry about it.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Anyway, or we could put a disco ball in there Friday night and some music and just
jam out. So one of the things, and I threw this idea out to you guys. I've got a bunch of oddball sized GTD T-shirts left, like back to the old solid colors. I've got some of the gum walls left, I believe. I am going to pack all of those up and bring them with us. And I don't really, I mean, like I said, they're all oddball sizes. So here's the deal. Show me any donation to any Ukrainian relief fund and grab a T-shirt as long as the supplies last. I think that's fun. I think that's good.
Are you going to ride with a TShirt cannon? Like,
we can make a potato gun version of that.
You know, like that
That'd
would
be
be really
really
fun.
fun.
You know, like here I am bikepacking. You know, all my stuff is everywhere. But here you go.
You
Here you
know,
go.
I can make one of those tomorrow pretty easily.
That would be a lot of fun. Remember at we had a sick bikepack or a sick party, and we tried to make like the little slingshot with a T-shirt.
Yeah, I
and that
remember
was
that.
the total
Oh yeah, Natalie's house.
Yes.
Oh, I will make a high-powered potato cannon.
All right. Well, I'll shoot it at I don't know, somebody.
We'll use
Anyway,
as our,
I'm gonna pack them all. I've probably got maybe 12 or 15 of them just to get them gone and get them on somewhere. I mean, the smalls, I know my daughter, her dog wears one, and so it's fun. And I just think it's a good use of what we got laying around. Put it to some good use. So Strava Club.
Oh yes,
Let's do a
let's do
little
Strava Club. We've been
bit.
yakking. I was
Strava
telling
Club.
everyone, here's the goal tonight. I listened to a 3-hour podcast today on my drive, so buckle up.
Getting close.
And then here's where you're going because we're about 35 minutes in, I think, or something like that.
Your doggone close.
I have it's in Spidey senses. All right, Rob Wheeler from Columbus.
Oh, you're on the wrong one.
All right, well, this is what I pulled up.
You need to be on episode 162. You want me to spin this around so you can just look at that?
Yeah, sure, because
There we go.
I was just on.
There we go.
Yeah, it was
Right
just
there.
on there. Well, maybe he did it again. All right, it's just like Gary Gergich, Jerry Weber, because with a G, from Atlanta, Georgia, with 162.2.
Good job, Jerry.
Janine Kaiser from Apex, North Carolina, with 170.8, and then Joe Wharton from Tierra Verde, Florida, with 177.3.
Good job, guys.
Oh, we're up
And
to
gals.
115.3 if you want to bring in top 100. We are one mustache closer to 809 versus 808.
That was
And our
right, like almost the exact same number for the top 100 from last week.
was it?
It was 115.3 or 6
well,
or
everyone's
something.
slacking, and we had a warm weekend.
Yeah.
All right, Strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Go poop.
Go.
All right, joining us now is Troy Farrar. Troy, did I get the pronunciation of your last name right?
I answer to Farrar or Farah is actually how I would say it.
Okay, fair. Sorry about that. I always try to
No
do
worries.
my homework and find that pronunciation, but I couldn't figure it out now. Troy is the event director for Gravel Grinder Nationals. It's coming up May 7th right here in our backyard in Loudoun County, Virginia. Troy, welcome to the podcast. It is great to have you join us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, where are you calling us from tonight? Where do you call home?
College Station, Texas, where Texas A&M is located.
Texas, nice. I've done a couple of hill country bike tours with ACA, and I always enjoy riding my bike down there in the spring with the blue bonnets. It's always a lot of fun. Give us the opportunity, Troy. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and what brought you to the world of bikes and all that good?
Yes. So a long time ago in the early 90s, there used to be a show on TV called the Eco Challenge. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but it was
I do. Absolutely.
big adventure race
Yeah.
every year or every other year and a half held around the world. And so
I think Joey was in diapers. Joey's in diapers
Yeah.
back then.
I was born in 90.
oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, I was a dirt bag that liked to climb and mountain bike and kayak and whatever, and we saw that Eco Challenge on TV and was like, man, we got to do that. And I couldn't afford it. It was too expensive, the entry fee, and also just the amount of time we'd have to take off work to be there and do it. So I said, hey, I'm going to put on an event like this for poor dirt bags like us to do.
Nice.
Here in Texas, and it turned out I was one of the first guys in the U.S. to put on an adventure race. And pretty quickly we formed an association, and I actually just stepped down last year. I ran that association for the last 25 years.
Wow.
And so, yeah, really, I guess I was probably my number one calling was as an adventure racer. But then from that, I did a lot of endurance mountain bike racing. I love like 12-hour and 24-hour mountain bike races. Back when I was young and not nearly as slow as I am now.
I resemble that remark.
Yeah. And so really what's interesting, what kind of drove the start of U.S. Endurance, the body that I'm overseeing now, is that we wanted to bring back the 24-hour mountain bike national championship after it got dropped. And so that was the kind of, one was provide inexpensive insurance for race directors and also help them we do free consulting. So to help guys when they're just getting started, so they can have a successful event and not have a Chinese fire drill, because that hurts everybody, when that happens. And then also just to keep, to have some safety standards so events would be safe. And, all of those were pieces of why we started U.S. Endurance, which was, the same reason why we started back when I was part of the group that started U.S. Adventure Racing. But on the way to trying to bring back the 24-hour mountain bike national championship, gravel became really popular, and we kind of diverted and said, you know what, let's have a championship that celebrates all these grassroots riders' hard work, and let's get together and kick up some dust and see who's the national champions.
So kind of,
and so that's kind of how we got started there. The 24-hour mountain bike national championship is still on our radar down the road. We'd like to still help bring that back, but we really want to kind of keep focused on Grinder Nationals right now and grow it first, and then we hope that as it grows, the success of it, we'll be able to get some more industry partners involved to bring back the 24-hour national championships also.
So how long has the Grinder Nationals been going on? What?
So I think we were for 5 years. We started in 2017, I think. So 17, 18,
Okay.
19, 20. Yeah, 5 years. We started in Lawrence, Kansas. We kind of felt that was sort of the home of gravel, that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a couple of great race directors, buddies of mine that lived there. And so we started there, and also just kind of being in the middle of the country. And really had we saw some nice growth there. It's a beautiful place to ride.
Sure.
And had a lot of fun putting on the event up there in Lawrence.
Now, did it start big, or did it grow from something that was smaller?
So it started really small, because the first year we had it, we kind of launched quicker than we wanted to. And I think the first year we had 60 or 70 riders, something like that. And then grew to about, I think when we left, we were around 400 riders.
Wow. Okay.
And so it slowly grew every year. We also, one of our race directors had a local ride called Graveler's Raid that we incorporated into Grinders National. So we had the Grinder National race, and then that was a shorter 50-mile just ride for people that weren't ready or didn't really want to race in the national championship, so they could still come out and be part of the event and have fun. And we gave him back that name so he can do Graveler's Raid still in Lawrence. And so now we have what's called the Mini G, which is going to be a shorter event for the same thing for people that want to come be part of the event but aren't ready or aren't interested in racing the nationals.
So Grinder Nationals took place in Lawrence for 5 years, and now you've made the wise decision to come out here to the Mid-Atlantic into our backyard. What's the story behind the shift?
Yeah, so great question, because we certainly had really good partners there. And like I said, we just really had a great time putting it on there for 5 years. But a couple of things happened. One was our national perception. Over a couple of years, we started talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people said, I'm just not excited. I can't get excited about going to Lawrence, Kansas to ride. And unfortunately, it was a false perception. Everyone, they were like, it's just a big flat frying pan with cornfields or whatever. And I'm like, no, every year I'm having to reel my race directors in to keep the course from having over 10,000 foot of elevation gain in it. Like, it's not a big flat area.
Right.
It's actually a really pretty and great area to ride gravel. But that being said, sometimes perception drives the train. And so that was part of it. We had, I think the last year we were there, we had riders from 27 different states. So we were pulling from riders from all over the country, but we kind of felt like if we came east, we could actually grow the event. We felt like we were sort of hitting a plateau at about 400, and there's more riders here, and especially when we had an opportunity to bring it to Loudoun County. Like for instance, Jason at Gravel Cyclist ranks Loudoun County as one of the top 3 most beautiful places in America to ride gravel, and so with a moniker like that, it's hard to turn down, because it's not just a race. We want people to really enjoy the ride and to bring them to a place that just knocks their socks off.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, you mentioned that in Loudoun, the gravel roads that are in Loudoun County, they're under attack right now. I think there's a lot of there's a lot of need and opportunity to work to save those roads in their current state, but they're roads that predate America in many places. Predate, they go way back, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and so that gives that opportunity to see things in a different way than.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just touching on that America's routes kind of movement that. That folks out there in Virginia are so fired up about, which is awesome.
Yeah, and actually that's what I was going to say. I just cut you off before you got there. Sorry about that. We've actually got a link on our website for America's Routes, because to their video, which are some of those roads in Loudoun County. And I'm with you. I just think that is so cool.
Yeah, it's really special. It's a real special place, and I just hope we're able to kind of save those roads. So Anyway, what kind of distance? You mentioned the Mini G. What kind of distances and routes? What have you got in Grinder Nationals?
So we have the actual Grinder Nationals is a 100-mile or 100-ish mile, close to 100-mile route, and then we have a 50-mile Mini G. That's still timed, but it's not a race. It's just a ride.
Okay.
Event.
Gotcha. And routes have yet to be determined, or have you got them kind of?
They're tweaking them just a little bit right now.
Okay.
We had an initial route, and then we started looking at some things and figured some changes we could do to make it we thought more safe.
Okay.
And try to avoid crossing big roads and all that. So we're still going through a few tweaks with some of the people in the county there, but we're really close to having it.
Cool.
The final route dialed in, and it's late for that. Usually we would have had that done before, but it's just kind of the way it's worked out this year.
And now you're working with Alex and Chris over at Dirty Kitten. And Joey and I, we've gone over to Loudoun and ridden a lot of Chris's routes. He's got a lot of knowledge of that area. So you found the right folks to kind of hook you up with that. Yeah,
we love those guys. They're fantastic. I mean, they're great race directors. They love gravel. And I've just had so much fun working with them already.
They are up and comers. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing a thing, and we're excited that we get to be to. I don't know. I like that we call them friends, Joey. So, what numbers of riders at the event? Do you have any caps or some targets?
Yeah, so we're hoping, again, we kind of made the leap a little late this year, and so we didn't have as much time to market it as normal. So, we kind of figure if we can get back to where we were at last year, we'd be really happy with that. If we get around 400, we'd be happy. And I think, probably around 600, we would cut it off.
Okay.
Just for this year or so. So that's where we're at right now. I think we're at like 250 now, which is ahead of. I mean, everyone always likes to wait to the last minute.
Yeah, especially in post-COVID world, everybody's kind of like holding their cards really close to the vest. And, I think, one of the things that you've hit on, that the Mid-Atlantic is a tremendous gravel community. And I think you're gonna see a lot of people popping up with gas prices that they don't have to travel to the Midwest. They don't have to try to figure out how to get a bike, so far away. That bringing it closer to the population hub of the Mid-Atlantic. I think it's the timing is good. Its timing is right, and so people are looking for events, and we'll do our part over here. We'll put the word out.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, we're excited about it, and I kind of agree with you. I think we're gonna. I mean, we've got here in a funny way. We were Dave. Do you know Dave that puts on Unpaved? Prior?
No, we don't know Dave. No, we're very good friends with Dave.
That's Father Dave.
Okay, I figured that.
We called him Father Dave.
Fair enough. So we were talking with Dave when we looked at moving it east. The first two phone calls we made were to Dave and to Corey and the guys at Gravel Worlds, because we've been known both those guys for a while. And Dave was actually looking at maybe hosting it, and then he just got too busy and was like, I can't do it. And he's who made it the introduction to Alex and Chris, and a little bit later, here we are.
Dave may be the busiest man in gravel.
Yeah,
he is. He is a very, very. We've got a rambunctious Labrador right now too. So routes have not been released. We know they're in the works. But what does the prospective rider sort of need to know?
I'm not going to give too much away. I'm going to leave that to Alex and Chris. They're my course directors. But it's good. It's good gravel. It is beautiful. The area is just fantastic. I think people are going to be so excited about that. They're going to be passing a lot of big horse farms and different things like that. And so I think from start to finish, the event is going to be fantastic. We were blessed in that when we're in Lawrence, we started and finished at kind of a really famous old watering hole there called Johnny's Tavern. And it was great because when we finished, they had a big slice of pizza and they had beer and Cokes and everything. And it was just a really cool place to hang out and wait until the awards ceremony. But the only negative is it wasn't indoors. The majority of it is, and where we finished was a few hundred yards away. Whereas this year we're going to start and finish at a local farmhouse brewery. And, it's just going to be, I think, a great place for spectators to hang out while they're waiting. And then afterwards for everyone to swap tales about the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. That obviously the ride is what's most important and number one, but it's awesome when you can have a really great place afterwards to hang out as well.
Oh, yeah. We talk all the time about, the fact that what's so magical and special about the world of gravel is the community and the experience that, we are all able to enjoy together, and a camaraderie when we're out there, and the fact that you kind of get to step up to the starting line with folks that are names. There's not another sport where you can actually go, race against the pros, so to speak. It's kind of a unique thing.
Yeah.
Where are you? What is the actual start location?
So we're going to be starting at Bluemont Station, which is a new brewery there in Loudoun County.
Cool. So we were talking about this in our little pre-show chat, but I mean, one of the big things I think that Loudoun is going to offer you is there's so much other stuff close by for folks to do. And any thoughts on that? I mean, I would think, I mean, it's huge if you're bringing a spouse, a significant other, or whatever, that this area has so much to offer.
For sure. That was one of the things that really drew us to Loudoun. We actually, on the GrinderNationals.com, we've got, I think it's 10 videos of all these different things that you can do in Loudoun County, from breweries to wineries to horses to shopping to recreation. There's just restaurants. There's just all this, these little videos that kind of give you a taste of what's there. And I think, that's another thing that's super exciting, is that there is just so much to do, and it's all in one little area, that it makes it great to bring, not to have to go all by yourself to the race, but
we used to say, come for the day and stay for the week.
Yeah, that's it. And so I think that people are really going to enjoy that. And my guess is that a lot of riders are going to be going, hey, we're going to come back here after the race once they see some of that and just see the area. I think that you'll have a lot of them that take another weekend or a week and come down at some other time.
Awesome. So event sponsors, got any shout outs you want to toss across the bow for some event sponsors?
For sure. We'll start off with our title sponsor, which is The Right Stuff. Love those guys. We've been partners with them for a really long time. And then also want to throw in their champion system, which they're the ones that create our national championship jerseys for us, that we get to award to all the guys and girls who are national champions. MotorX, Power Step, Body Glide, OS First, Sawyer, Camp Zero, Loudoun Sports Tourism and Visit Loudoun have been great partners. Water Monster, Head Sweats, Orange Seal.
Orange. We're Orange Seal people over here.
Sorry.
Oh
Dave.
yeah. And they're right down the road from me. They're in Austin, actually.
Yeah, we're sorry for all you folks that run stands and do it wrong.
Oh, we're really sorry for all you folks that run stands.
We're Orange Seal people. So keep going. I'm sorry, Troy, I interrupted.
No, right on, man. Lupine Lights, Strike, who makes banners and wind flags for us. Virginia's for bike lovers. We love that they have a slogan there. And then some of our product sponsors are like Tailwind, Chamois Butter, Polar Bottle, Kuat has been a great sponsor of ours. Orange Mud, Cantu, Loft, Togs, Gatorade, Floyd's.
Cantu, they're right in your backyard, right there in College Station, Texas, aren't they? They're somewhere close.
No, I think they're in Dallas. Is actually where.
Okay, I knew Texas for Cantu. I don't know. Yeah.
But we're hoping they give us a set of wheels to give away, which has been awesome. We got to talk about that for a second. So one of the things that we love to do and that's super cool is we call it Rafflepalooza. And so actually every year since the start, we have had so many prizes donated by our sponsors that every single rider wins something.
Wow, that's awesome.
And now take that a little bit to quantify that a little bit. Some people don't stick around for the award ceremony. We do it during the award ceremony. So if they leave, that's fine. But and the way we do it also is we put stuff out on the table, and then we draw names, and then when you get picked, you get to walk up and pick what you want. And it eliminates because you hate it when you get an extra small shirt and you're an extra large. You're like, what am I going to do with this thing, right? And so we let people pick. It was actually really funny. I guess was it 2 years ago? We actually kind of changed it up because of COVID. So what we did was had people when they came in, we had like the table with prizes on them. We had them flip a coin, which had a green. One side was painted green and one was red. And if you got the green, you got to pick something. If it was red, you didn't. And there was this $500 Lupine light system there. And so this guy flips it and wins, and he picks up a water bottle. And I was like, you sure that's what you want? And because we add stuff to the table. So the Lupine wasn't there at the very first. Like we mix it in some, there's different stuff at different times. And the guy's like, well, I figured that's all I could get. We're like, no, you can take one thing from this table, anything you want. And he's like, you're joking. Like, I can't take that light system. I'm like, yes, you can. And he just wouldn't believe us. He's like, no way. He's like, I know when I get over there, they're going to try to make me pay for it. And we're like, no, they're not. If you want to pick it. I'm like, if you want to leave it, you can leave it. And the guy right behind you is going to pick it when he throws it. So finally, after about I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes of convincing him. He picked it up, and that's what he won.
Nice.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's fun. See, now that I think is the kind of stuff that makes gravel fun. Let's have some fun doing this as opposed to the other way around. So how can folks that are interested in the event find out more information?
So our website, grindernationals.com, has more information probably than you want. Anything you want to know should be on there. And then if they want to, and there's links to click and register, but we're also on bikeridge.com if they want to go there.
I will put links to all of those places in the show notes and in the show description. So folks, you can just go look there and find the link. Now, is there anything that you want to tease? What's coming up for you guys out here in the Mid-Atlantic, so to speak?
I do, because you've heard the rumors, I guess.
Yes, sir.
But before that, too, I want to say, if you are coming and you haven't gotten the hotel yet, you should get it ASAP, because it's a busy time of year for this area. And if not, you may end up staying a really long way away. Well, so I want to throw that out there, too.
I think you could stay here at Joey's. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That's a little bit of a drive, but,
$300 a night.
Yeah, it works. It works for me.
So we're going to be launching a new event in September up in northeastern Pennsylvania, which isn't too far from you guys.
Nope.
It's a new format that no one's ever done that we know of in gravel or mountain biking. And so it's going to have 3 different events happening at the same time. It's going to be trail running event happening, a mountain biking event happening, and a gravel event happening at the same time. And for instance, if you're doing gravel, that's all you're doing. You're not doing the other disciplines. So the way it works is, the name of the event is Soul Survivor. And the way it works is we start the lap on the hour. So for instance, the race, let's say, starts at 8 a.m. Everyone's in the starting corral for the gravel. And when we say go, you take off, and you have an hour to complete the lap and get back. If you get back early, you can eat, you can sing songs, you can play Twister, whatever you want to do. You just got to be back in the corral at 9 o'clock when the next lap starts. You cannot start your next lap early. When at 9 we say go again. At 10, go again. 11. If you don't make it back, you're out. And so we're doing solo, 2-person teams, and then what we call grande, which you can have as many guys on the team as you want. So you can have so many, you only do 1 lap, and then you just hang out the rest of the time, or you can, take your turn doing laps or whatever. At the 24-hour mark, we start taking 5 minutes off the lap time. So by the time we hit about 30 hours, the time will get too fast, where even if you were fresh, it'd be really hard to make the lap in that time. And so it's an idea we got from trail running, and we've seen it happen. People have done it in trail running before, and we think it's going to be really fun to do something different in gravel.
Hell yeah, that sounds cool. It's
going to be a big party. I mean, if you've ever done a 24-hour mountain bike race, you know how that is. There's tons of people hanging out because everyone's coming back in all the time, and you have bands playing and show movies at night and all of that. So we're going to have, we're going to bring 3 groups together, basically. We're going to have trail runners, gravel riders, and mountain bikers, all doing their thing and all rooting for each other, and just have a big fun time with it.
So now that reminds me of is it Tennessee? And I've watched the Netflix documentary on it. And I can't. It's escaping me now.
Oh, the Barkley Marathon.
Barkley Marathon.
Yeah. So that's what they call it in trail running. They call them backyard ultras, because when they do them, they end up running 100 miles. And actually, our trail run course is laid out where if you do it for 24 hours, you'll actually have done an ultra. You'll run 100 miles.
Wow.
And and so the trail run's like 4.1, and then the mountain bikes around 6-ish, and the gravel's around 8-ish for the lap.
That sounds fun.
Elevation.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
If you're super hardcore, you can go solo or 2-man. And if you're not, and you just want to have fun, and you can still be really competitive, make a grande team and go out there and do it, And so just, again, I think it's always cool when you can do something you love, but do it kind of different. Like, hey, let's do something different. And that's the idea. And
we're not going to let Jess hear about this. No, we don't want to let Joey's wife hear about this, because she'll want to go running again, and we're trying to break her of that bad habit.
No, I'm not trying to break her. She can run if she wants. It's just gravel's more fun.
Yeah.
So we're going to be launching that website in about a week and a half or 2 weeks. It's The Soul Survivor, and it's SOLE.com.
Nice. That's awesome. And we'll be on the lookout for that, and we will share that through our little network of folks, all 2 of them or 3 of them. We'll make sure to help you get the word out, because that sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds really cool. Well, listen, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate it. So I want to invite both you guys, if you want to come down for Gravel Grinder Nationals, we'll take care of you and hook you up with some entries if you guys are free on that weekend and want to come ride with us.
I'm pretty sure we'll try to figure out that.
I'll
think
try.
so. Yeah, Joe, it's tough. Joey always says it's tough because he works in the bike industry. So
we'll see. It's May's early enough where it's not crazy.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll converse on that. But I would absolutely love that. Now we do a little thing here, our little this or that section, and we always invite our guests to join along in this or that. Are you game to join us this week?
Absolutely.
Okay, Joey, you're last. You're going to be last.
Sounds about right.
Troy, I'm going to toss it to you first, and I'm going to just give you a couple of things, and then you make your choice. You can explain yourself if you choose. It's not a requirement, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll answer it, then Joey will muck it up. First item, Kansas or Loudoun County, Virginia?
Woo! Well, we're in Loudoun now, so I've got to go with Loudoun.
That's right. Loudoun County all the way, Mid-Atlantic, GTD. Joey?
Would it be bad if I picked Kansas? No,
you did.
Mid-Atlantic.
You did Dirty Kansas, so you.
Yeah, but I rode a lot of Loudoun to get ready for that.
Really? Is that where you did the train?
Yeah. Well, I was working in Annapolis, and it was a lot easier to get out there.
Nice.
After work, but I love Loudoun.
Loudoun County, hands down.
Loudoun, yeah, it's
wins.
beautiful. Some of the most
Hands
beautiful roads around.
Down. And I've only got a couple of this or that's this week. And the second one is Dirty Kittens or Sparkling Clean Puppies.
Dirty Kittens all the way.
Dirty Kittens, Joey. It was just,
I know.
it's a play on Dirty Kittens for Alex and Chris. But Joey's actually thinking about it. You're thinking about a sparkling clean puppy, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Joey's a dog person. You're definitely.
I don't like cats.
I like dogs too, but I love the word dirty, man. You can't, once you not in a dirty way, but in the dirty way.
Gotcha.
I always say, how can you not love an event that gets people outside and gets them dirty, right?
That's right.
And so
that's right.
True, yeah.
So what are you going to go with?
Well, he's got a point, but I don't like cats.
Still going to go with
I'm going to go with dogs,
sparkling clean puppy.
Yeah.
All right. Joe, you got anything else before we shut this thing down tonight?
Nope.
Troy, you got anything else you want to shout out? You got your event. Welcome to the neighborhood, and
I appreciate it.
We're glad to have you here. Thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you enjoyed the podcast, maybe consider joining our Patreon family. We really appreciate all the support, and your monthly donations of just a couple of bucks really helps us keep the podcast going. And Joey, how can folks get in touch with us if they'd like to?
Our Instagram handle, which I am back on as of last week, is at Midatlantic GTD, and our website is graveltraveldirt.com.
I'll let you out of Instagram jail.
Yep.
Got you back in the fold. Troy, what is, one more time, your website and Instagram handle?
GrinderNationals.com, and I can't believe you just asked me that because, again, I'm the stone tool guy. You're asking the wrong guy.
Well, we'll have links to all that stuff, and I'm sure there's a link on the website over to your Instagram for folks to follow along as well. Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Joey's kitchen, all the way across the country to College Station, Texas. Thanks for riding along, and until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.